Welcome. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this evening's GNC Music Festival concert. I'm Jim Boucher, principal of LUHS, and it is my honor to welcome you as the principal of the host school. This has been a day of working hard, having fun, learning more about music, getting better at what one does in the world of music, and getting to know one another in the conference. In 2008, the GNC came together as a conference, and at that time, we started the GNC Music Festival. It has had great reviews the last 6 years, and I'm sure this year will be just as good. I think because my voice is a little bit loud, you may want to down that a little bit. I would like to thank the LUHS Music Boosters for all the work they have put into today. They've worked diligently getting meals and getting things ready for our students from all over the conference, and I appreciate what they have done. Also, I appreciate what Ms. Steiner, our vocal music teacher, and Mr. Richter, our instrumental music teacher, for all the work that they have done beforehand and throughout the day. The coordination, organization, and collaboration with their peers from the other 6 schools in our conference has been tremendous. In 2008, a senator named Barack Obama released a powerful platform in support of the arts. In it, he argued for reinvesting America in the arts education area and invigorating the creativity and the innovation that has made this country great. Yet over the past few decades, budget pressures and an increasing focus on reading, math, and social studies and science have crowded the arts out of the many schools because of budget problems. As a result, students have lost the chance to reap the opportunities to move into the world of education in music, fine arts. And we hope that we can bring that back and continue to maintain what we have here in the GNC conference. These are the reasons why today is very important for the GNC conference in promoting the arts and promoting music throughout all of our schools. A little sidebar, on one side of my family, we have a singer, thespian on Broadway right now. On the other side of the family, we have an opera singer with a doctorate in performance performing at the Seattle Opera House at this time. And my daughter, who has been involved with music all through her educational career, right through her college days, was influenced by the arts, music, and theater. These are the reasons why we need to make sure that these young people have the opportunity to keep on working in these areas, because the arts are very important. This is why we need to continue to push, as we push here at LUHS, the AAA student. We push the idea of academics, arts, and athletics, the 3 A's. We want to continue to do that here, and we want to continue to infect the whole conference about the idea that the AAA student is what we want to leave our schools. Throughout the day, we have been blessed with a couple of well-versed and very well-educated guest conductors from Lawrence University. Many of my friends from high school and further on would say that Lawrence University was the Harvard of the Midwest, but they would have to join 25 other schools that consider themselves to be the Harvard of the Midwest. No, nothing negative whatsoever, Doc, nothing negative whatsoever. But I do know that Lawrence has had a tradition of tremendous musicians and music coming out of the university, and we thank both of you for being here. Another point I want to make is that we normally live stream all of these types of ceremonies and celebrations and concerts, but this evening we're not going to be live streaming, but our LUHS productions team will be recording tonight's concert, and they have promised me that this will be completed in the edited form by Thursday of this week. So we will have the edited production of this concert on our website, home website, by Thursday. So let me move and get off the stage, because it's not about myself introducing everybody and thanking everyone, but the bottom line is we do appreciate you being here. Stephen Seek, assistant professor of music at Lawrence University, has if you take a look at your program, you can see the different universities he's been at, the different universities that he has affect him with his talents and his abilities. And we also look at, as I look at, he was also a high school teacher who was affecting students such as ours here today. Dr. Mast, professor of music at Lawrence University as well. If you look at his background, and again, I won't bore you with the reading of everything, but look at it and you can identify that he's been around at the higher level of education for a long period of time as well. He also goes back to an area where I came from, in the Shakopee area, over in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, and I know they always had tremendous music and arts and theater, et cetera, et cetera. So with that, I'd like to thank our conductors. I'd like to give a round of applause for them and a round of applause for our students in the GNC for what they've done today and what they're going to perform this evening for you. Thank you.
There we go. Good evening, everyone. It has been such an incredible joy to get to work with these students from 7 different schools, coming together for a day, singing as one ensemble. We've gotten to get to know each other a lot and work very hard. They've been fantastic companions in our music journey here. The first song, if you couldn't understand it, that makes sense. It's in Slavonic Russian. So we had a lot of fun. That's a church form of Russian, so we had a lot of fun getting to know that music, written in 1915, just as Russia's crumbling apart, right? Rachmaninoff looking backwards. And then this second song is by a composer alive and well in Mankato, Minnesota, David Dickow. It's just a really beautiful setting of E. Cummings poetry. Our music today is thinking about the ways that humans express deep feelings and human experiences. So adoration, love. The guys have been working on this song today that most of them just saw for the first time today, and it's this wildly rhythmic song from Ghana. And the translation doesn't really make any sense. It just basically says, "Here, hold my child, I want to do this crazy dance." So they may be moving around a little bit. And then after that, you'll hear just a stunning setting by the Canadian conductor-composer Eleanor Daly of a very famous poem by Yeats about finding refuge in that one, as we talked about, that one cottage up north that you go to when life gets a little bit too busy. It's on? There it is. I want to thank Ms. Warbler, fantastic piano playing here. And I want to thank the teachers who helped put this together, taught the music, drove the students, the early hours of the day, and parents who have been supporting music as part of this curriculum. Thank you all very much. This last song, Praise His Holy Name, Ms. Warbler had beautifully prepared, but I have way too much fun playing it. So she graciously allowed me to play it instead. So this is a fantastic song by a gospel composer from Chicago, Dr. Keith Hampton. Praise His Holy Name. Thank you all.
Like me, I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Jesus, Jesus, how I love Thee. Shout hallelujah, praise His holy name. Sing till the power of the Lord come down. Shout hallelujah, praise His holy name. Sing till the power of the Lord come down. Shout hallelujah, praise His holy name. Jesus bear the cross alone and all the world go free. No, there's a cross for everyone and there's a cross for me. Jesus, Jesus, how I love Thee. Shout hallelujah, praise His holy name. Sing till the power of the Lord come down. Shout hallelujah, praise His holy name. Sing till the power of the Lord come down. Shout hallelujah, praise His holy name.
Good evening. Thank you so much for supporting the arts in this wonderful conference festival. I'll echo the comments of my colleague Steve Seek, and what a wonderful day it's been and great kids these have been to work with. I'll follow up on that in just a moment. Regarding the program, there's two quick comments I'll make. The next piece we're about to play, Longford Legend, is actually a 3-movement suite. So if you can hold your applause until the conclusion of the third one. Based on Irish folk ballads and Irish folk singers being the eternal optimists, these are all tragedies. The first song represents a man who buys a boat and goes out on the lake and then realizes he doesn't know how to dock it. And so he and the crew just keep circling around and around and around and around until it turns into a ghost ship, basically. And so you'll hear a little bit of the futility of, wait, where's the instruction manual? And men don't read instruction manuals, we just keep driving the boat. Second movement is a tragedy of a man who is out hunting, shoots what he thinks is a prize deer, turns out to be, of course, his lover. So another pick-me-up. And thirdly is a wonderful, heart-wrenching story of a couple, one of whom decides that the other one is too much trouble and decides to make a deal with the devil that if he'll take them in, that'll be just fine. And it turns out that the partner is too much even for the devil, who returns them, and you'll hear a little fire and brimstone and all that sort of stuff. So nothing about this is really optimistic or uplifting, but it's really great music, and you hope you enjoy Robert Sheldon's settings of 3 Irish folk ballads, the suite entitled Longford Legend. when I was here a few moments ago, I said two things I should announce about the program, and the second was that. That was not Frank DeKelly's Rest. We had an interesting few moments in rehearsal when we realized we were not on the same page, literally. But we made a quick substitution. That was Larry Dan's, as summer was just beginning, a beautiful setting of a piece dedicated to the memory of James Dean. Before we play our last piece, this is usually the time that I talk about the importance of the arts, but how can I follow up the articulate words of Mr. Boucher? It's not always common to have a principal leading the charge for the arts, and I envy you, and I hope that everyone in this district, in this area, knows how fortunate you are to have someone who can speak so eloquently about the importance of the arts. And it's very heartening to hear that there are lots of places still where music and the arts are very important and very valued and considered integral to the education, not just frills and not just extras. The students on this stage have worked extremely hard today. I gave the analogy this morning that so often in our own schools, concerts are sort of like crock pot meals. You put them in the morning and they can simmer for a few hours and soak up some juices, and eventually you'll eat it and it'll be great. And that's not what happens on a day like this. This is a microwave where every part of the rehearsal process has to be speeded up and hastened and put under a little higher level of intensity, and they've responded every step of the way. We had rehearsal till 5 o'clock, and at 4:59 I was still asking for a few extra things here and there, and they were responding so beautifully and so wonderfully. So thank you to you folks for your hard work. Thank you. I would echo my colleague Steve Seek's words of thanks to the teachers who do the real work the other 364 days of the year. And of course, parents, friends, family, supporters, without which any of this would be possible. The one quick comment I would make to Mr. Boucher's comments was I have several friends at Harvard, and they actually consider themselves to be the Lawrence of the East. It's just envy, whichever way you look at it, I guess. I'm not really sure how that works. But so the last piece we're going to do is a little bit of a takeoff and a pun on words. I'm sure everybody in the room, even if you don't recognize the name, knows a very famous piece called Bolero by Maurice Ravel. And if you don't think you know it, I know you do. You've heard it in a movie, in a car commercial, in something somewhere. You've heard Bolero. And a good friend of mine, Andy Boyson, wrote this piece as a little bit of a takeoff on this, and it's very much the same way. It starts off slowly with a snare drum, gradually adds on a voice here and there, and builds up intensity both in volume and speed throughout the entire piece. And the play on words is that it's called unraveling, which has its own connotations, but you could also mispronounce it and call it unraveling. Ravel is the composer of the Bolero. So little inside music humor for you on a Saturday night. And hope you enjoy the entire program. Again, my thanks to all, and please enjoy the conclusion of our program.